Hello students, now let us learn the last topic of the ASP.NET, that is a web service. Yes, what is a web service? We can say web service is an application that is designed to interact directly with other application over the internet. In simple sense, web service are means for interacting with object over the internet. Yes, web service we can say web service base example are the basically it is used for the language independent, protocol independent, platform independent, and it assumes stateless service architecture. So simply, what is a web service? It is a service which provide the information, or we can say interaction over the internet. Yes, and it will not depend on any kind of platform, any kind of application. Language independent, platform independent, and we can say protocol independent things. Yes, we can say base example of the web service is the weather reporting. Yes, we can say that there are general weather reporting information are available. Based on web service we can get the weather forecast. Yes, stock quote. Yes, you can say that stock quoting are done by the NSC or BSC, and it can be in any application. Yes, if we want to access the stock quote or stock information, that can be accessed in our language also, that we can use inside the VB.NET also, C# also, PHP also. Yes, so they create only one kind of web application, and if other person asks for that data, then through the web service the data can be passed, because we can say here there is no language dependency. Yes, same way news headline. Yes, so you can also access the news headline of the various kind of news provider services. Same way, other example are the ATM. Yes, you can use any ATM card to any other ATM card, bank ATM card. Yes, why it can be happen? It can be happen by using the web service. Yes, only the account number and the withdrawal information are passed to the we can say main server or the card server, and based on that it will validate the information and allow to withdraw our transaction. Yes, so that is the web service. Web service communication, we can say web service can be communicated by the HTTP, XML, and SOAP. Yes, advantages is what we can say, it is based on the XML format, so we can send the data and communicate the incompatible system also. Yes, so there is no restriction on the language. Yes, what is SOAP? Yes, inside the web service there are some terms are used that we have to learn. Now let us, what is the SOAP? SOAP is what? Simple Object Access Protocol. Yes, are remote function calls that invoke the method and execute them on the remote machine and translate the object communication into the XML format. In short, SOAP are way by which method calls are translated into the XML format and sent via the internet. So in simple word we can say SOAP is what? It is a are way by which method call are translated into the XML format. In the XML format message are passed, and it can be operated via the HTTP. Yes, so that is a SOAP, Simple Object Access Protocol. Now what is the WSDL? It is stand for the Web Service Description Language. Yes, and it can tell the client what messages it accept and which result will be written. Yes, so it It is like one kind of method. Inside the method we can get what type of data need to be passed, and what type of function we or data type we get. Yes, it is a kind of function, WSDL, web service description language. Yes, it can contains method and properties provided by the web service. Yes, so what the method and service properties are used inside the web service can be provided by the WSDL. URLs from which those method can be accessed. It can also contain the URL where the actual method is available. Data types use, what kind of data type we need to use inside the method. Communication protocol, all kind of information are available inside the WSDL, web service description language. What is UDDI? UDDI, Universal Data Dictionary interaction. Yes, allows you to find web services by connecting to a directory. Yes, now we can say UDDI. The full form of the UDDI that I forgot to place. So here write one we can say, okay, it is a universal description, discovery and integration. Yes, so that is a UDDI. I am directly copying and paste here, so you can easily refer. Yes, it is not available in your lecture notes, but you can find it out. UDDI allows you to find the web service by connecting to a directory. Now what is a disco? Disco, it is a one kind of file. It is a static file. It contains the URL for the WSDL. Yes, a WSDL contain this kind of thing, and it will contain the URL of the WSDL, URL for the documentation and URL for the SOAP, by using which you should be communicate. Yes, it is a static discovery file which contain the XML format document, and VS Disco means it is a dynamic discovery file. Yes, it can be directly generated during the development phase. Yes, difference between Disco and UDDI, we can say Disco is a Microsoft standard format for the discovery documents which contain the information about the web service, while UDDI is a multi-vendor standard for the discovery document which contain the information about the web service. Yes, so both contain the information about the web service, but Disco file are used inside the Microsoft service provider, or if you want to communicate between the Microsoft languages, then there will be a Disco file, otherwise there will be a UDDI file. Okay, now what are the steps to create the web service? Now let us see how we can create the web service. Okay, so here I have a one application, I create the another web service. So add web service with the ASMX file. Here I give the web service like web service test. Okay, click on the OK. If you want to, okay, this one contain the methods. Yes, and this method contain function. Yes, always we have to use the function. Web method, public function. Here I change the function name. I say for example sum or multiplication. Yes, multiplication. Yes, here I put a as integer and comma b as integer. Yes, and it will return the output as a integer. Okay, integer 13 and 16, it will does not make any sense, but the length of will be changed. A into b I can return. Okay, if you want to run this application, you can run and check. Okay, there will be error inside the default file. Okay, I run this into the Firefox. So you can see the web service here. Wait a minute till the task is completed. Okay, here one kind of error is here. Okay, so I have to make this web service as a startup web service. Startup page, set as a startup page. Okay, now run this. We have to run this web service because we need to copy the URL of the web service. Yes, copy this URL, and if you want to test how the web service will work, okay, you can pass the parameter here and invoke the method, so it will return the output in XML format, integer 3636. Okay, so here is the web service. If you want to use this web service, then go to any ASPX page. Yes, double click on it and imports your web service name. That is the web service name is what? Web service test. Okay, web service test. Here I created already one web service, my service one. If you want to access the object by using the object, then you can create a dim b as new. Yes, and inside that you can write down web service test. By using the b dot, you can access the method of the web service. Here I have to pass any value like 17 into 19 and print it into the message box. Yes, so we can say this one set as a startup page. So on the page load, this web service will run and give the output. Yes, you can see the output of the 12 into 19 this. Yes, so this is the web service output. So we see how the web service will run. So I hope that you understand the last topic of the ASP.NET, and by today lecture we completed our 5th sem, all the coursework which include inside the ASP.NET. So thank you so much.